Hello and welcome. My name is Judge Tanya Sponey, and I am a circuit court judge. Today, I will be talking to you about how to fill out a parenting plan. If you have a minor child or children and are thinking of filing a parenting petition, a petition for divorce, a petition for legal separation, or if you are returning to court to modify a court-approved parenting plan, one of the forms you will need to fill out is the parenting plan. Please have a blank copy of the parenting plan in front of you as you watch this video. The first 3 lines of the parenting plan are unique to your case. Please fill out the court name, your case name, and your case number if you know it. To find out what court you should file in, please go to our website at www.courts.nh.gov, click on Find a Court and New Hampshire Towns A through Z. If you are modifying a court-approved parenting plan, then it would be the court where your case originated. If you and the other parent agree on how you will share the parental rights and responsibilities, please check Agreed Upon. If you do not, please check Proposed By and enter your name. Please select if the parenting plan will be temporary or final. If you are using this form to change a current parenting plan, please select Changing a Prior Final Parenting Plan. At the bottom of the first page is the state's policy on parental rights and responsibilities, which guides the court in making decisions. Moving on to page 2, please write down the full legal names and dates of birth for the minor child or children born to or adopted by both parents. The first section is A, Decision-Making Responsibility. This is broken down into 2 groups, 1, Major Decision-Making, and 2, Day-to-day Decisions. Major decisions relate to education, non-emergency health care, and religious training. For major decision-making, you have 2 options. The first is A, Joint Decision-Making. This means both parents shall share in the responsibility for making major decisions. The second section is B, Sole Decision-Making, meaning only one parent will be responsible for making major decisions. Day-to-day decisions include any emergency decisions that affect the health or safety of the child or children. Any other provisions related to decision-making responsibility can be included in number 3. The second section is B, Residential Responsibility and Parenting Schedule. You will decide what the day-to-day schedule will look like in paragraph 1. This is also known as the routine schedule. You may want to be specific with set dates and times in this section to avoid any misunderstanding between the parents. Additionally, you will decide how they will spend holidays and birthdays in paragraph 2, 3-day weekends in paragraph 3, and school vacations in paragraph 4. If you think supervision is necessary, please pay attention to paragraph 5. Paragraph 6 covers other parental responsibilities. When filling out this section, please refer to page 1 regarding the state's policy as well as the Parental Rights and Responsibilities statute found in NHRSA 461A. You may choose any additional expectations to apply to both of you in paragraphs A through F. I want to focus a bit on explaining paragraph 6B. This option is also known as the right of first refusal. This means if the parent who is exercising parenting time needs childcare other than regularly scheduled daycare, they must first ask the other parent if they are available before they ask anyone else to watch the child. You can decide the time frame. For example, Mark and Jane have decided to check this option and they agree that the time frame should be 5 hours. The children are with Mark this weekend when he gets an unexpected call to come into work for 8 hours. Because Mark would need childcare for longer than the 5-hour time frame, Mark must first contact Jane to see if she would like the opportunity to parent while Mark is at work. This does not mean Jane must provide childcare. If she is unable, Mark is still responsible for finding alternate care. If Mark is expected to work for less than 5 hours, he may still ask Jane if she would like extra parenting time, but would not be required to because it is less than the time frame they agreed upon. Section C, legal residence of a child for school attendance. This section has 4 options to choose from. The first option is an agreement between the parties to designate a legal residence for the child or children for school attendance purposes. If this section is checked, you must file an additional form titled Agreement and Parenting Plan Order designating school district, and each parent shall furnish a copy of the agreement to the school district in which the parent resides. You can find this agreement form on the court's website. The second option is a court order and does not require the extra agreement form. If you are requesting sole residential responsibility, or if you have a previous order stating one parent shall have sole residential responsibility, select the third option and enter that parent's name. Finally, if there are any other provisions, select option 4 and write in what those provisions are. Moving on to Section D, Transportation and Exchange of the Children. In this section, you will decide how your child or children will be exchanged between the parents for their parenting time, including when and how the cost will be shared. For example, transportation arrangements for the child or children between the parents shall be as follows. The parent beginning their parenting time shall be responsible for picking up from the other parent's residence. The next section is E, Information Sharing and Access, including telephone and electronic access. This section goes over the parent's right to access the child or children's records, the requirement to keep one another notified of any change of address or number, as well as the communication between the child and the parent not exercising parenting time. We recommend you read over this section carefully. Here you will decide how telephone contact and written contact will be administered. Section F, Relocation of a residence of a child. There are 2 options in this category. The first option states that the relocation of a child's residence in which the child lives at least 150 days a year is governed by NHRSA 461A:12. Please read this carefully. Option 2 is also governed by NHRSA 461A:12, but that allows for the proposed relocation or agreed upon relocation to be written out. For example, Mark currently lives in Derry and Jane lives in Manchester. Jane is planning to move to Derry within the next 6 months. They can select option 2 and write in the details of the upcoming relocation. Section G, Procedure for Review and Adjustment of Parenting Plan. This section relates to how you and the other parent will adjust this plan as circumstances change. You may choose to meet at certain times, such as monthly, yearly, every other year, or as often as necessary for the benefit of the child or children. Or you can add in what would work best for you and the other parent. Section H, Methods for Resolving Disputes. This section helps you decide what you will do if there are any disagreements that arise in the future, such as mediation. Lastly, if there are any other provisions that you would like to add in the parenting plan, they can either be written here in Section I or attached using additional pages. Thank you for filling out this parenting plan. As you can tell, there are many decisions that must be made as your family goes through this transition. Your parenting plan is unique to you and your family. Please feel free to contact the court at 1-855-212-1234 if you have any questions. You may also wish to contact an attorney for further guidance.